if you can recall, at the beginning of this month, we saw SMT on ES and NASDAQ, and ES has created all-time high, while NQ is trying to catch up. So, and we are still on that mindset of expecting higher prices. And as we go by, and a lot of things has happened in the market, if we check our commitment of a trader report, and we can see from on June 15, that is when we had a peak of open interest, and that was 344k, and it has been decreasing to this current level we are, which is 282k. So if you look at what has happened, in as much as NQ is still grinding higher by higher a little bit, you can see the participants are not that coming in trying to push price high. So, and that's kind of data reading from COT reports is being replicated from price action. Because if you check how price has been kind of grinding, not the explosive price movement we expect, but in all we are still grinding. Like I said in this previous week that just ended, that the market that I do expect high or lower price, and I made a disclosure that I'm still on a trade which I entered around I think 6th of August or thereabouts. So that trade is still valid. And what do we have going on this week? Like we just stated a few minutes ago that open interest, we had a peak from 15th of August, 15th of June, we had a 344k, and to current level we are now 282k. So you can see market has been reducing their participants. And if we check our weekly data, we have a negative data today, and also we have this we have our net long has increased more negative to 27k now, from 13k to 27k currently. And that is why you should be very cautious if you are still want to join the buy on the NQ, because the participants and the price action has been saying a lot that is weakness in the market, and until price action say something totally different, then we can make a choice. All right, let's head back to weekly time frame, and you can remember the volume imbalance we had on 15th of May, on 15th of June rather. On 15th of June, the opening price on 15th of June and the closing price of 12th of June, we have a gap there. We call it a volume imbalance. We extend that, and the same weekly chart, that opening price, that volume imbalance still exists there also. And looking at the charts right away, you can see we are above that volume imbalance on both the daily time frame and weekly time frame that we had on 12th of June and 15th of June. So we are now on a daily time frame, and to me right away, if you look very closely here on this chart, you see the on Friday 14th of August the low, and 12th of August high. There is a little fair value gap there, so price can or cannot come and test that in order to keep on pushing high. But we'll be watching price how it behaves, and the opening price of 15th of June, we will watch if price come back to test that level again. And that is that on NQ. That is that on NQ. And mind you, if we keep on grinding higher, we are still expecting these one standard deviation of our current swing, which is at 1,508 or 509 thereabouts. So that was if participants come back to market, begin to participate, and we keep seeing price pushing higher. So we expect that level to get hit, and that is basically that. Then we check ES, that is S&P 500. On S&P 500, let's quickly glance over our COT report on ES. If you check our COT report on ES, sincerely, there is a squeeze, if you ask me, because the week that just ended, we had this negative data of 40k, and this week we had a positive data 61k, and our open interest increased a little bit from 2.116 to 2.119 now. And if we check from our from the last couple of months, we can see that our open interest on 15th of June also, we have the peak of 2.5 million, and since then we have kind of reducing to 1.9 until a couple of weeks ago. Now we have started to rebuild the open interest. It has been increasing a little bit, and also the net long also has been increasing, because we had from that same 15th of June, we had 468k to current 668k, so 688k. And if we check the short side of the curve, we have from 800k to current 692k. So you can see that we are kind of reducing the short and increasing the long side of the market. So, and a couple of weeks now, you can see the open interest is increasing now, and that's is very obvious in charts, because if you look at the weekly charts, if you check the weekly charts, you can see that we are created the all-time high. So that is why those those data we saw on COT reports. And what do we have this week? Let's quickly watch the charts. We have this fair value gap, this weekly fair value gap here. That is the low of August 11 and 30th of what level is this? Let me check. What level is that? Let me see. Okay, I joined this. We have this volume imbalance here, so I use the closing price on I use closing price on 31st of July and the low of 11th of August. So what does that mean? The fair value gap and the volume imbalance here. So I join everything together. Then we use a 31st of July closing price and 11th of August low. So that is what I use as and if we go to our daily time frame also, you can see also we have a fair value gap also here, the low of 14th of August and the high of 12th of August. We have that fair value gap price can come and tap that level and continue to push high. or other scenario is this: price can come and take out this 6th of August low. There is a liquidity there, so price can come and take out the liquidity, and also there's opportunity it can come out to this this 0.5 of Fibonacci to of that weekly volume imbalance and fair value gap. So the 50% of that, there is a room price can come to that level and tap into that level, which is 762.1.00. So basically that is all. ES S&P 500, the open interest is rebuilding, and the shorts are being reduced a little bit, and the longs are being increased. So comparing the both what data is saying on COT report and the chart, you can see ES S&P is more or less cleaner compared to ES as far as data and the price action. Then we head to YM, that is E-mini Dow Jones. Same thing we had in ES. He has created the all-time high, and we also have that that same fair value gap we had on ES on the weekly time frame, which we join the volume imbalance and the fair value gap. So we use the I'm trying to get that the correct points there. Okay, 13th of August low, then the closing price of 31st of July. We have our level there, so price can come here, tap into this volume imbalance and fair value gap, and push higher. Can come here, tap here, and begin to push high. And we head to DSY currency in right now. I think I will give a little bit break, and we are still on that monthly fair value gap I mentioned previous week. So price is still ranging inside there, so you have to be careful if you are selling or buying. And see the last 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 complete 11 trading days, price has been on this range, just going up and down. So one of the things we are very grateful now is that with this our COT report and higher time frame perspective, we are able to design the kind of instrument we trade, and the time we have to stay out from the market. And we go to DSY. DSY is not really that spectacular price action, but if we check the COT reports, the long side are still building a little bit. It are still building. Now we are calling the net long of 22k. So because since 15th of June it was 16k, then we are current level at 22k. And if you look the same 15th of June on the short side, we were 19k, and the current level we are 11k. K now. So if you look at it on the COT report and the institutional perspective, the short are decreasing and the longs are increasing. And one thing is also important to note is the COT report. Since that we are 49k and current level we are still 49k. So there is no participants coming into this market. It's just there. Market is just the same people, the same buyer, the same seller. So one or two will take absolute control, and that will be very obvious in our chart. You can see the way price action is behaving, and not cleaner as you might love to see. And that is that on the DSY. Then on euro and pounds this week, I think I will not be touching it, since DSY has been on this funny range, so I will not be touching that. Then where we are having some exciting moment now, couple of weeks now, is gold. Now gold has been coming up as instrument to be on our watch list. Since June we had the net long 176, and we have current level of 217k, from 176k to 217k. that is the increase. Then the cross long we have 200k to 250k. Then from the short side we have from 46k to current level to 32k. So the shorts are being reduced and the longs are being increased. And we have 2 weeks of positive data. Previous week we had 15k, and this week we had 20k. And the open interest, which is important also, from 15k we have 3. From 50 we have 339k. That's 339k, and current level we have 400k. Then let's head to charts and see what price action is saying. Yeah, this is a good monthly time frame. Okay, let me show you from 3-month chart time frame. I guess this is a fair value gap here at this level. So we are testing this this current fair value gap, which the low was at March, on the month of March. The low of month of March, and the high of month of September 2025. So price used the fair value gap there and failed to, you see, if you look at the price very well here, you can see the wicks are doing the damage while the body is staying 50% above the fair value gap. And we move to weekly time frame because we are doing top-down analysis. On top-down analysis, you can see this the opening price on June 6. So that is our breaker, weekly breaker. We map that out. Then what do we have? If we go to the low of 28th of May, note that level, the low of 28th of May and the high of 9 of June 2026. We have on the weekly time we have a fair value gap that we call inversion fair value gap, because that is the last fair value gap that take out this liquidity here that came into that 3 months fair value gap. So that last fair value gap here price is currently above that level now on a weekly time frame. So on a daily time frame here now, there is things we'll be watching very closely here. We have a fair value gap, or weekly fair value gap. The low of 14th of August 2026 and high of 30th of July 2026. There is fair value gap there. So what am I expecting from here? Price can come back here again, tap into, because this now is a liquidity here now. That's a low of August 14, and also there is a liquidity here also. This is a low of August 6. So price can come back again on those levels and do what? Tap of those liquidity there, and tap that our weekly breaker that we mark. Then or price can use that our inversion fair value gap on the low of May 2026 and the high of June 2026. Price can use that to act as a support to push price high. And where am I going to be looking price the targets? Already marked the level, so I'm watching this the opening price of month of April. That is my first target, and the rest can be all-time high. All right, guys, in summary, right now in COT reports perspective, gold is currently building. The open interest has increased from 332k to 400k, and euro currently now is kind of ranging. I will not be touching it. Then ES, the open interest is recovering anyway, and the long side is increased while the short side is decreasing. The Y also, the YM, there is slow rebuilding the open interest from 76k to 89k. And also we saw on charts on NQ, the open interest has decreased from 344k to 282k. So that is a participant leaving the market, and no more share market force or strong candle to push price high. And DSY, to me, the open interest is flat or even declining a little bit. And pounds is also, the open interest has gone from 323k to 256k. All right, guys, that will be all for now. And going forward, this is a month of August. Trade smart and don't rush it. Be safe.